Thanks to its advanced technology, responsible maintenance and development, the Czech electrical power transmission system is one of the world's most reliable systems of its kind. Regardless, there are certain technical parts of any electrical power network that can fail under extreme conditions, during natural disasters, from accidents or calamities. Electricity, of course, is an indispensable part of all of our lives. A large failure of the electrical supply, i.e. a blackout, could cause economic losses and other unforeseeable consequences. Therefore, a stable and reliable electrical power network is an absolute priority. Development of European electrical power is placing even greater demands on the operators of electric power networks. International cooperation in the field of cross-border electric power transmission is growing, both in importance and intensity. In order for ČEPS to be well prepared for a crisis situation, in cooperation with the company 50 Hz, ČEPS prepared Drill 2014, the first international security exercise on the extreme high voltage lines crossing the Czech-German border.
Hlavním důvodem, proč jsme se rozhodli zorganizovat toto cvičení, bylo ověřit naše schopnosti společně se společností 50 Hz Transmission, která je naším partnerem takzvaně východních spolkových zemí, a ve spolupráci s bezpečnostními sbory České republiky a Německé spolkové republiky ověřit připravenost všech složek na zvládání zcela mimořádných a nepředvídatelných situací.
The Drill 2014 exercise tested coordination for the handling of emergency situations in the power transmission networks of the two countries. During the planned shutdown of several transmission lines, an extremely powerful thunderstorm damaged the international connection line between the substations in Hradec u Kadaně and Röhrsdorf. These were of key importance under the specific given conditions for reliable operation of the power transmission systems in the region of northwestern Bohemia and Saxony, as well as for international cooperation and electricity trading. Putting this international connection into operation therefore represented a strategic priority. ČEPS dispatchers took all available technical steps in order to secure the stability of the system. To determine the degree of damage of the lines in inaccessible terrain, dispatchers requested the assistance from the Czech Republic State Police, who sent a helicopter to inspect the cross-border transmission lines. The helicopter found two fallen towers in the area that was inspected, by the national boundary near the village of Hora Svatého Sebastiana. Further complications arose from a fire in the woods nearby, poor accessibility, along with the discovery of a suspicious package containing explosives. The police reported their findings to dispatchers from the companies ČEPS and 50 Hz. Both Czech and German police, along with emergency services from both countries, arrived at the scene. As soon as they had secured the area and the German police had disarmed the explosive booby trap, firemen from the two countries were able to put out the fire with the help of the Czech police helicopter. ČEPS and 50 Hz dispatchers took the appropriate measures to stabilize operation of the transmission systems, including the declaring of a state of emergency and the assembling of crisis teams. Those teams decided to build an emergency transmission line.
Když v roce 2003 došlo v ČEPSu k první velké havárii přenosového vedení mezi Hradcem a elektrárnou Prunéřov 2, byli jsme nuceni rozhodnout, jakým způsobem provedeme opravu. Jedna z možností byla zachovat stávající koridor a postavit ve stávajících stožárových místech stožáry nové, ale byla by to záležitost velmi dlouhá a komplikovaná. Proto jsme zvolili druhou možnost, a to byla výstavba náhradní přenosové trasy.
Construction of the emergency transmission line on the German side was performed by LTB Leitungsbau. On the Czech side, it was performed by GA Energo technik. In addition, emergency service vehicles from ČEPS and 50 Hz also arrived with experts on the construction of power lines. They coordinated construction of temporary, extremely high voltage towers. A military helicopter assisted with the transport for the construction of the new towers in inaccessible terrain. The whole operation involved dozens of emergency response vehicles from both countries. The exercise also included cooperation with paramedics, who had to treat an injured fireman and transport him to the hospital. With the combined forces, the power failure along with all of the complications were handled successfully. After the emergency transmission lines were put into operation, the critical situation on the cross-border transmission lines was ended. Based on the updated information, crisis teams from 50 Hertz and ČEPS were able to safely and effectively cancel all of the emergency measures.
Ja, wir sind sehr froh, dass wir jetzt die Übung erfolgreich gemeistert haben. Es war, wie gesagt, eine Premiere, die erste transnationale Krisenübung zweier Übertragungsnetzbetreiber, die wir mit Unterstützung aller Beteiligter sehr erfolgreich gemeistert haben. Ich möchte hier nochmal allen Beteiligten danken, die uns unterstützt haben, die mitgeholfen haben, die an dem Szenario mitgewirkt haben. Und wir sind sehr stolz und sehr froh, dass wir das gemeinsam mit ČEPS hier dieses Notfallszenario meistern konnten und die erste Übung dieser Art in Europa jetzt erfolgreich abgeschlossen haben.
The Drill 2014 International Security Exercise was a success. It tested the coordination and cooperation of more than 200 professionals handling crisis situations of power transmission systems between two countries.